بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Assalamu alaikum. Alhamdulillah. Okay, so by Allah's mercy, we are beginning our intermediate Arabic class. And we have, by Allah's mercy and His grace, we have made some great progress. Now, the Arabic course consists of 5 levels that we have a part of our Arabic curriculum. And we have level 1, which focuses on the letters, alphabets, vowels, and getting you up to speed with reading, just reading the Quran. Open up the Quran and reading the letters, sounding out the letters, sounding out the words, and being able to just read with a nice flow. Level 2 is the beginning of our comprehension. After we can read the letters, we start our process of comprehension, or our journey of comprehension, and where we start with basic sentences. So we started with the mubtada and the khabar, where we learn how to say simple things like the boy is tall, the boy is smart, the girl is educated, the girl is a Muslim. Basic sentences. And then we also learned verbs. We were introduced to verbs. And we learned how to say Muhammad went, Muhammad left, Muhammad hid, Muhammad drank, Muhammad read. Also, we learn particles. So we have three parts of speech in the Arabic language. The Arabic language has been placed into 3 parts of speech. In English, we have 8 parts of speech, right? So in Arabic, we have 3 parts of speech. We have the ism, the fi'l, and the not khabar. Harf. Yeah, harf. It's not like you can say khabar. Okay, so ism, fi'l, and the harf. Okay, excellent. So in level 1, we were introduced to a lot of concepts that are associated with the ism, the noun. Some fi'l, some verbs, and a lot of particles, a lot of harfs. Okay, huruf. Level 3 is where we're at currently, and we're in the late process of level 3, in the further stages of it at the end. And level 3 primarily focused on fi'l, the verb. Yes, al-fi'l, the verb, and the verbal sentence. We were introduced to new particles, new harfs, new huruf, and we were introduced to concepts surrounding the noun as well. But the primary concepts that we have been learning are are concepts that are dealing with the verb. Okay. So now, just one review of why we're learning Arabic. We have level 4 that is coming, which will combine the concepts that we learned: the verb, the noun, the particles, and we will learn some more advanced Arabic grammar, and you'll have more tools to be able to read the Quran in level 4. And level 5 is a combination of very rare Arabic grammar concepts, learning more vocabulary. We're going to be deepening our understanding of vocabulary and our acquirement of it. And also, we'll be reading a lot of Quranic passages and hadiths. I mean, like we'll start off with very small hadiths, and then we'll be reading pages of hadiths. We'll start with very small Quranic passages, and then we'll be reading pages. And there's one particular book in level 5 where we'll do a grammatical analysis and a lexical analysis of the entire Surah Yusuf. So from the start to the end. Assalamu alaikum. So this is going to be a part of a course in level 5. So once we get there, you have a much better understanding of the language and usage of it. So we don't have to reintroduce ourselves because, alhamdulillah, hopefully we all know each other. But what I would like to do is just want everyone to just kind of state why they're learning Quranic Arabic. Why have you stuck in the class for so long? You know, it's been about 2.5 years, probably, since we began level 1, the very basic level until now. And so you've dedicated about 2.5 years to learning Quranic Arabic, which is a tremendous blessing. Taking into consideration all the other things that we have going on in life. We have work, we have family. So you all have made a great stride and great commitment coming. So we'll start off with Brother Raheem. Why have you stuck in, and why are you continuing to come? What is your purpose of learning Quranic Arabic?
I would like to get the gift to read and understand the revealed language of Quran. This class has given me some excellent tools to start studying. I mean, I can see I'm not finished. A lot more difficult than I thought it would be. I'm not complaining.
Yeah.
I see it's gonna take more, it's gonna take work. But if I can get some consistency in my study.
Okay.
And more, we should get more class times, but like you say, we got this union to work with. So.
Okay. And Imam Hanif? Alaikum assalam.
For me, it's really to really understand, Allah's revelation even more, and then be able to, establish my life better, and then establish the lives of other people around me as well. And it's very difficult to do if you don't really understand, the deeper meaning and the deeper understanding of what Allah's really trying to guide and take us to.
Okay. Alhamdulillah. Excellent. Excellent. As you all know, and we've read before in class, Allah says in the Quran in Surah Yusuf, Inna anzalnahu Qur'anan Arabiyyan la'allakum ta'qilun. Says that certainly, emphatically, we have sent the Quran as an Arabic Quran in order that you may think deeply with it. You may use the concepts to think deeply. Now, they have done studies on language to determine how language shapes and molds the way we see the world and see space, how we see time, how we even see ourselves. So there have been 2 different studies I want to mention. One is that they did a study on how people associate space and time based upon what language they speak. So they studied this language, and I don't want to say the name because I would probably not do justice to the pronunciation. But we're just going to call it K. It's a language called K, and then they studied English speaking people. Okay, and they wanted to see how what was the difference in how they understood space and time. So in English, when it comes to direction, we speak in relative terms. So we have left and we have right. But if I'm faced this way, left and right. Left and right are relative to which direction I'm facing, okay? But in the language K, they think in terms of absolute direction. So they think in terms of north, south, east, west, southwest, southeast, northeast, northwest. So the way that they think of direction isn't relative to how their position, it's an absolute, okay? So they did a study. If I gave you a child, let's say, if I gave you these figures, who would you say is probably older?
The larger figure, I would say.
The larger figure, right? And then this one after that, and then this one, right? Probably, right?
Probably.
So in English, if I give you a baby, then I give you a teenager, I give you an an older adult, and I say, put these in order from youngest to oldest. Most of us who speak in English will write the baby on the left, the teenager, and the older adult will write from left to right, going from youngest to oldest. For the Arabic speaking person, they'll write it from right to left. So they'll say, baby, teenager, older adult, okay? But for the speaker of K, they will write it from east to west. So right now, this is my left and this is right, okay? No matter what direction you put them in, they will always organize it from east to west. So it may look like this for them here. It may look like this. They may write it up and down. They may write it diagonally. It just depends on how you face them, but they will always stay true to that direction. Now, another thing we have, and this is very important for us to understand in a society that we live in, some languages make children aware of their gender sooner than others. For example, if you take English, you take, there's a language called Finnish, there's a language called Arabic. We can take Arabic. Okay, so there was a study done, well, it was actually Hebrew, but it's just a language. So Finnish has very little reference to gender in the language. English has reference to it, but Hebrew records it more prolifically, because even the pronouns, when you say you in English, if I say you, how do you know if I'm talking to a male or female? You don't, right? If I say you all, you don't know. If I say you went, if I use the verb, you went, they went, right? You don't know if I'm talking to a male or female. But in Hebrew, just like Arabic, you all know, if I say anta, who am I talking to? Talking to a man. If I say auntie, talking to a woman. If I say ka, talking to a man. Ki, talking to a woman. Anti, anta, antunna, antum. It distinguishes the difference in gender. So a child learns at a younger age the difference in what their gender is. So in this twisted world, you know, we were watching this movie called Minions yesterday, and they throw all these little subtleties into the movie to twist the thinking of the young child. So in Arabic brings us the ability to think in concepts better, because the definitions for things carry concepts with them. The definition for man, rajul. Rijl is the leg. Rijl is the leg. Rajul is a man. Okay? So a man, it tells you about the nature of man. Man should be establishing. He should be standing, right? He should be logical. There's a lot. You have to think about a concrete thing connected to a concept. This is what Arabic helps you with. Same thing for Nisa. It's connected to being social. Okay? So this tells you and preserves the concept behind the concrete thing. Okay, so one other thing though I want to share with you, since we just came through Ramadan, before we get started with our first examples, is Allah says in the Quran, He says, Allah, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it is reported that he said, "Talibul ilmi faridatun ala kulli muslimu wa muslima." What's the definition of that? He said, "Talibul ilmi faridatun ala kulli muslimin wa muslima."
Knowledge is an obligation.
Okay, good.
Female.
Yes, okay, excellent. So talibul ilm, to be a student of knowledge, to be a seeker of knowledge, is an obligation, farida. Okay, just like your obligatory prayers, right? Fard. Faridatun ala kulli muslimu wa muslima, upon every Muslim man and Muslim woman. Okay, So there's many words for knowledge, but ilm points to meaning or carries the meaning of science. Okay, and being Muslims, it helps us develop a more scientific way of thinking about things and understanding things. So one thing that we as Arabic students and as students of anything that we dedicate ourselves to, we should understand habit. Okay, we should understand habit and how habits are formed, because it is our habits that that either help us have proficiency in class, or it's our habits that help us either be delinquent or have failures in the class. It's all based upon our habits. So there was a study done on rats. It's like, what does this have to do with Arabic? There's a study done on rats. This one scientist, she had done a study. Oh, she had finally established the ability to place neurotransmitters into rats' brains so she can measure their brain activity. Okay, so she did an experiment on 150 rats. Okay, 150 rats, and she put them in a maze 150 times. Okay, and she put chocolate on one end, put the rat on the other, on another. And this is a simple maze, very simple. So at the beginning, the rat took about 13 minutes to find the chocolate. And towards the end, we obviously would think that the rat had got the chocolate quicker, right? That's what happened. But something interesting was found. So at the beginning, the brain activity of the rat was like this. He was thinking every moment of the way. He's thinking. But about the 150th time, you know, towards the third of the time, maybe about the 100th time and on, the rat would start like this, and then his brain activity would go down like this. Okay. So she said that this is the same identical brain activity the rat has when it's asleep. Another scientist, they accompanied people. They wanted to determine how many of our decisions, or what percentage of our decisions on our daily basis were actually cognitive decisions that we made consciously, and how many weren't. So she said only about 45% of our decisions we make consciously. The other amount is just things that we do by habit. So this one side, they came up with this thing called the habit loop, and this is supposed to help you break or reshape any habits that you have. I've been using it. It has Quranic logic. So they said that you have a cue, you have a routine, and then you have a reward. Then you start over. So they did an experiment where they had exercisers. They had people that wanted to try to get them to exercise. So they said, okay, we need you to put a cue in your room. Exercise shoes, some exercise motivations of a picture or something. And then you go on your routine, and then you give yourself a piece of chocolate after. It's the reward. So they said about after 3 or 4 weeks, people stopped eating chocolate. They stopped eating the chocolate. And they were successfully working out. They said the reward had become the endorphins that were released in their body, and they felt them after working out. So they said if you have a habit, you have to find out what the cue is. What is your normal routine, and then what the reward is of that. So you can actually help restructure your routine by changing your reward. So if I say, there's one example I really want to give, but I don't want it to be on camera. But if your reward is with Allah, if you're thinking about everything in these terms, when if things get difficult in the class, for a lot of us, when we felt the cue is difficulty, our routine is to quit. And the reward is feeling like there's no burden on us. But the cue, you feel the difficulty, you change your routine and stick through it, and then your reward is greater because your reward is with Allah. And if you start thinking about your habits this way, this will help you in many different, I mean, just about everything that you do. This will help This will help you change the bad habits that you have. You have to think about what's the cue, what's the routine, and what's the reward. So I want you to think about that the same way for the Arabic class. What is the reward that you're going to get out of this class by coming, by struggling through the difficulty? What is the reward that you're going to get? If nobody sees you, if nobody knows you know Arabic, what is the reward? Who is the reward with? The reward is with Allah. And it's going to strengthen you, even if you don't see it automatically. You're going to see the reward soon. So we have in the Quran, Allah says, "And laysa li insani illa ma sa'a, anna sa'yahu sawfa yura." There's nothing for man. A man doesn't get anything except for what he strives for, and he will see that reward for that striving. Okay. So sometimes the reward is distant, but the reward will come, inshallah. Okay. Okay. So this is like a pop quiz almost. I gave you a conjugation sheet. So on the conjugation sheet, please conjugate the word kharaja in past tense for me, please. In past tense. Yeah, you're gonna use all four. For those who are in the Hangout, I'm going to share my screen and show you the conjugation sheet. Okay, anybody finish? Okay. And the reason we started off with the verbs like this is because the verbs are the most essential concepts, grammar concepts that we're learning and covering in this class. in level 3. So we have to go back to past tense. So we have to cover past tense, present tense, the command form. So if you're done or you have as much as you can actually go to start doing the present tense for kharaja. So we did the past tense on that one. You can conjugate the present tense now. And in this class, inshallah, we're going to do a lot more reading. We're going to read through the exercises. And this class, inshallah, will finish in late October or early November. So we'll have about 10 to 12 weeks together. It's all good.
I'm over here reciting. Oh, I thought you. No, okay, all right. I'm trying to run it through my head. Can you feel my ego?
Okay, so if you're as far as you can get with that one, we'll stop there. Okay, so how did everybody think they did? Struggling with it? Okay, no problem, no problem. You don't lose it, yeah, you lose it. So let's do the past tense. Who got all the past tense? Anybody? Huh? Raheem, you got it? Okay, if you got most of it, give it to me, inshallah. Past tense. Oh, we're gonna start down here. Kharaja. Kharajat. Okay. Okay. Kharaja. Okay. Kharajata. Okay. Khara. Okay. Kharaju. Okay. And then this one is Kharajna. All right. All right. This one. Kharajta. Okay. Excellent. Kharajti. This one. Kharajtuma. Okay. Same thing here. And then this one. Kharajtum. Kharajtunna. Okay. Kharajtu. Kharajna. Okay. Kharajna. All right. Excellent. Now, what is the present tense?
Akhraj.
All right, we're gonna start in the bottom quadrant. We'll always start in the masculine down there, a masculine third person. That's how the dictionaries normally display the verbs. So we'll start down there so that you'll be accustomed to it, seeing it. So present tense. So we have, which one is this one? Yakh. Yakhruju. So remember that in the present tense, you may not memorize them all now, but we have these things called groups. It's like A, U, I, IA. You may not remember that. It took me a while to continually see them in order for me to remember them. For the Arabic speaker, they learn them, and they don't have all of them, but for those who speak Arabic, it's just something that they acquire over learning vocabulary. So through our reading, consistent hearing the Quran, that's how you remember whether, because to give the example, we have kharaja, and remember the ayn kalima, it can have dhamma, kasra, or fatha. So some words say karuma, right? And then some words are sami'a. Okay? So in the past tense, we have fatha on the first letter, on the fa kalima, the first radical, fatha on the last radical. But in the middle, we can have fatha, dhamma, or kasra. Okay. Kharaja, karuma, sami'a. All right. So when you bring them into the present tense, the ayn kalima, the middle radical, can change. So we can say yakhruju. It becomes dhamma. Okay. Sami'a yasma'u. Yasma'u. So this capsule right here becomes fatha. And this is just something I wouldn't like strain myself over. I would just, as we continue to read, they'll come to you. Okay. So I always give it to you. So but just be aware of that those things change. It just comes through usage that you remember. So yakhruju. And then this one is what? Takhruju. Okay, this one?
Yeah.
Man, yes, what you have.
Okay, so
It's man.
so in the past tense, what was our doer? The doer of the verb. We had kharaja, and then we brought the doer. We brought for the second one here. What is it? We have kharaja and then kharaja. We had an aleph on it, right? So that our doer, it would be the same for the past, for the present tense. So yakhrujani, yakhrujani. Yakhrujani. Same thing. What's this one? Yakhrujuna. This one?
I know it's got the
Yakhrujna. Yep, that same sukoon. It's called nunun niswa, the noon of the women. It's letting you know that this is feminine plural. All right, this one is Yakh or Taf? Okay. Takhruju. This one? Takhru. Gina. Takhrujina. Yeah. All right, this one? What's our pattern with our doers for dual? Takhrujani. Same thing. Takhrujani. Okay. This one? Takhrujuna. So these patterns here, like the wow being the doer for plural here, and the noon, these noons are letting you know it's marfu', if y'all remember. And then the noon niswa, the noon of the women is on the end here too as well. Takhrujna. So these are all similar here. What is this one? Okay. Akhruju. Akhruju. And then this one? Nakhruju. Nakhruju. Okay, excellent. Actually, the class is recording, but it's backwards. I'm not sure why my camera is feeding in backwards, but everything is switched to the opposite way on the video, on the recording. Yes, I don't know. It has to be some kind of setting. Okay, so present tense. Now, how do we form the command? So we have
surgery, bro.
You gotta do surgery. So we've done these, right? All right. From which
second person.
Second person. Good. Second person. So we're gonna take these and why is it the second person?
Because when you command, you're talking to somebody.
All right. Present. Excellent. So when you command, you're talking to somebody in front of them, right? So for this one, we have another command coming. For this command, we're talking to directly to someone in front of us. Okay, so where's the surgery lie?
Take off the tab. whatever the first, whatever made it present, basically. So it's either the ta or the ya.
Okay. So we're gonna chop off.
Oh, yeah, there's no ya in that.
So we're gonna chop off this from the front. Then we're gonna chop off this thing that makes it marfu, right? And then we left with inside sukun now because it doesn't have a sound, right?
So you have to change. Well,
so
if it's fatha or kasra, you would change it. So it's either dhamma or kasra.
Okay, good. So we have to add the hamza because we cannot pronounce it because it's sukun, right?
Right.
All right, and then if it's the rule is if it's dhamma, then what do we put here? Dhamma. Okay. If it's fatha or kasra, then here we're gonna put kasra. Yep. The command form and the form 1 will always have kasra or dhamma. Okay. And this is hamzatul wasl. So if there's something in front of it, connects. We say wakhruj. Okay. All right. Excellent. Now we do the same surgeries here. Do y'all need me to go through them?
Yeah, just for
okay.
Just for review's sake.
Excellent. Okay. So if you remember, there's one other thing, and this is very important. The verbs are very important, so I don't mind going through them. One thing I have to bring to your attention is, and the nouns have 3 cases, right? We have marfu', majroor, mansoob. Muhammad, Muhammadan, Muhammadin, right? Marfu', mansoob, majroor. Okay, the present tense verb has cases as well. So we have yakhruju. If this becomes mansoob, then what is the vowel marking now? Fatha.
Oh yeah,
that's what y'all meant. Yeah, the vowel. Yakhruju here has dhamma. Mansoob has fatha. Muhammadan for the verbs is yakhruja. Then we don't have majroor for verbs. It's called majzoom. Good. Excellent. Yakhruj. Okay. So all of the command form are majzoom. So we're going to take off any indication that is marfu' from the verb. Okay. So that's what that's what we're doing for the surgery. And then we're not going to have a tense saying that it's present tense. Okay. So we're going to chop that off as well. Okay. All right. So let's do them. We already did this one. So this one is ukhruju, ukhruj. Okay. So we have takhrujani. Right? And this one is takhrujuna. June. Okay. All right. Now to do this, to make this command, what we're gonna do? We're gonna chop off the front, and then we're gonna chop off the thing that makes it marfu', the noon, right? Okay. So then we're left with so we have to add.
The noon has a kasra on it, but it's still marfu'.
Yes.
Because it's maybe is that a maybe issues?
Yeah, you can say it is. Yeah, it is. Because the noon is really acting like in the place of a vowel marking. So when you come to in the singular, you have dhamma to denote that it's marfu. In the dual, you add the letter noon here to denote that it's marfu. It's a whole entire letter, but it's acting like the dhamma does for the singular. Okay? All right, so.
So you put the hamza.
All right.
Dumb.
Yep. Ukhruja. This is telling two people to leave. Okay? Ukhruja. All right, this one. Chop off the front. Chop off the noon from marfu, right? So we have ukhruju, telling a group of people to leave. Okay? Ukhruju. All right, now we have takhrujina. Takhrujani. And then takhrujna. Okay. Chop. Ukhruji. So a female to leave. Chop. Yeah. Ukhruja. Telling two people to leave, right? We have chop here, but this noon is mebni, so we cannot chop it off. Okay? It's mebni, so we say ukhrujna. This is telling a group of females to leave. So the noon niswa, the noon of the female is mebni, cannot be chopped off. Okay? Cannot change it. Would not be able to change it. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam. Okay, so that's our command. Everybody got it?
Yeah.
Refreshed?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so one quick reference we have in the Quran. Ya ayyatuha nafsul mutma'inna irji'i. Okay, so we have the word raja'a. Becomes yarji'u. What does raja'a mean?
To exit. Enter.
To return.
Okay.
Raja'a, to return. Dakhala means to enter. Kharaja is to exit, to leave. So raja'a, I know it's similar. Raja'a means to return. Yep. And Surah Al-Fajr, yarji'u. Okay? If I'm talking to somebody saying you are returning, I say tarji'u. Okay? This is for the masculine. So if I'm talking to a female, I say tarji'ina, right? We just did a review, Brother Mustafa, of the verbs. Tarji'ina. Okay? You are returning. So Allah says in the Quran, He says, O soul who has reached this state of tranquility. Now, we're going to command the soul to return. Okay? That means the soul was there before. Okay? Doesn't just say enter, He says return. All right? So we got to what? Chop off that one. Chop off this one. Okay? Then we have to add, before we add it, we'll draw exactly what we have here. We have the ra with sukoon, jim with kasra, ayn, and the ya. No noon. We have this, and then this one. Okay, so we cannot pronounce this right here, right? Because it has sukoon. So we have to add the hamza to wasl. And which vowel do we get the hamza to wasl? Kasra. Okay. Because if the second radical has dhamma, we give it dhamma. If the second radical has fatha or kasra, then this one gets kasra. Okay? Irji'i, telling the soul to return. Ila rabbiki, radiyatan mardiyya, fadkhuli. Okay? All right, so then this is in Surah Fajr. It's like 87, Yeah, like just look in the back, the very back. Surah Al-Fajr. Okay. But you all have made great progress though to be able to break down these verses like this. You made great progress. So irji'i ila rabbiki radiyatan mardiyah. I didn't write it up here just because we went over it maybe about 2 or 3 times before. But I just brought it back up as a reference. Okay. Return to your Lord. Then he says,
It's 89, 28.
okay, thank you. Oh yeah, 89. I always get them. I always put the wrong for Fajr. I always put 87, but it's 89. 89 what?
28.
28. Okay, excellent. Okay. Fadkhuli. What's the meaning of this? What is the root word?
It means to
Dakhala.
means to enter.
Okay. Dakhala means to enter, right? Dakhala. It becomes, if I'm telling someone that you are entering, tadkhulu. If I'm telling a female that she's entering, tadkhulina. Tadkhulina. Okay. Now, if I want to command her to enter, chop, right? And I have dal with sukoon, khaf, lam, yeah.
And so because it's connected to the fa in front of it. Okay.
Yes. So this one we put a dhamma because the second radical is dhamma. Udkhuli, enter. But remember, this is hamzatul wasl. So if I put a fa in front of it, I skip this sound. I say fadkhuli.
So the alif that's on the fast, the alif that belongs with the command verb.
Yes.
Right.
But in the writing the fa can connect, so we connect them.
So
So the fa is emphasis or something?
No. The fa is
Part of it.
yeah. It's a particle. Yeah, it's a particle. It's actually connected. In the advanced in level 4, we'll learn it's a response to a law, like to a statement he made above.
That means man.
It means then, yeah. It means then.
It's like wow,
It's like wow as well. Yeah. It's like it connects it. Yep.
To something before.
To something before.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in the surah, it's the two because it's twice, right? As far as the why, it's okay, yeah.
And then here we have it comes after fadkhuli and then wadkhuli.
So the difference is the fadkhuli is something that's connected earlier in a sentence, and the wow is connected to whatever just came before.
Yeah, this wow is connected to this statement.
All right.
The fa is connected to something Allah said above. But in level 4, we'll learn what that is. Also, fa, like there's, you know how ma has different meanings, fa has different meanings as well, and wow has different meanings. Like there's like 5 or 6 different wows. There's different fa. But you'll learn them though. You'll learn them, inshallah. Okay, so fadkhuli fi ibadi. Enter and to be among my servants. Wadkhuli, and enter into my paradise. Okay? Wadkhuli. So these are command. Okay?
And everything is plural, right?
These are feminine, but this is not plural. The feminine plural has the noon on the end. Yeah, so this is talking to a single soul. The single soul. And the soul is feminine, right? So that's why it's addressed in feminine.
Male chauvinist, brother.
You can't be a male chauvinist, brother. And see, that's what Arabic corrects perceptions. It helps you carry proper concepts in your mind when you think about things. Okay, even like the sun and the moon. The male chauvinists will say the sun is masculine, right, and the moon is feminine. But the Quran corrects that perception, because in the Quran it says the the moon is masculine and the sun is feminine. So in the Quranic Arabic carries concepts. There's the feminine principle and masculine principle in everything. Like in English, we have masculine, it, we have the neuter gender, and we have feminine, right? So a book is it, right? The laptop is it. The sun is it. The moon is it, right? But in Arabic, there's only mudhakkir and mu'annath. There's a masculine principle and a feminine principle. Okay, so you'll find in creations the things that are feminine are things that can reproduce themselves. Okay. Yeah. See, those who are making progress in the world, they think in concepts, or they either they're operating as a result of tradition. So some are just operating as a result of tradition, but some who are conscious in the world, they're thinking of the whole entire world as a concept, as one united body. Okay, so the African American, we have been broken from tradition, from our tradition. We have been broken in many different ways. So right now we are reestablishing ourselves, reestablishing different habits that we have, and getting rid of the slave ghost, pretty much. So right now, like every day I wake up, I'm just like whipping myself into shape. Like I wake up with a whip, like 2 whips, just trying to whip bad habits out of myself and trying to learn productive habits. How is this person so productive? How is this group so productive? What are they doing? How are they so proficient in these different areas? So this is what we have to do. We have to reconstruct ourselves as human beings. And that's why Allah says in the Quran, okay, what kind of sentence is this? Jumlatun Ismiyatun, right? Because it starts with a noun, okay? All right. Ar-Rahman, right? Most of the time our mubtada is definite, right? And it's always be marfu. So we have the mubtada, and where's the khabar? So we have how many types of khabar do we have? Good. So we have 5 types, right? You were gonna say it. So number 1 is when it's single. Okay. Yep. Number 2, this is not jar or majrur, but number 2 is jar or majrur, right? Number 3, we have dharf, adverb. Number 4, jumlatun ismiyatun. Number 5, jumlatun fi'liyatun. Okay. This is what this is right here, right? Allama al-Quran. Okay. This is form 2, which you all learned. So we're gonna recover those things. But Ar-Rahmanu allama al-Qur'ana. Then this is khabar number 2. So we have mubtada number 1, khabar number 2, and then there's more as a khabar number 3. Okay. But it says Ar-Rahman, the merciful. He taught the Quran. خلق الإنسان, and then he created the man. So while we're here, let's do a review of the jumlatun fi'liyatun. Jumlatun fi'liyatun has how many essential parts? 2 essential parts. The fi'l and the fa'il, right? Okay, the fi'l and the fa'il. And then there may be a what? Maf'ulun bihi. All right, excellent. Maf'ulun bihi. Okay, so the fi'l in this sentence is what? Khalaqa. So this is a past tense verb, right? And this means what? He created. Fi'l. All right, now where's the fa'il? The fa'il is always what case? Marfu or mansub?
Bihi is always
Fa'il is always marfu.
mansub.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good point. All right, so the fa'il is always marfu'. Always. Always marfu'. And the maf'ulun bihi. Maf'ulun bihi is always mansub. Okay? All right, so yep, we're gonna recover it, pull it out. Maf'ulun bihi. Okay, maf'ulun bihi. So this is the fi'l, and insana is maf'ulun bihi, right? It's the object of the verb. Where's the fa'il? Is there anything in the sentence that's marfu'? All right, so he is hidden inside. Remember, so we have khalaqa, then when I say khalaqa, the alif is the fa'il. I say khalaqtu, the two is fa'il. Khalaqta, the ta is a fa'il, right? But in khalaqa and khalaqat, we don't see the fa'il, it's hidden, okay? So he did what? He created, what's the object? The insan, right? The man. So he taught the Quran and then he created the human being. We always hear this, right? We always hear it, and we all know what Imam Muhammad had to say about this, right? Why the order is like that. Why didn't he create the man and then teach the Quran, right? Because, and you notice this insan doesn't say rajul, it doesn't say imra'a, it's like a different word, right? It doesn't say nisa or rijal. It's al-insan. This is a certain type of person. Okay? And this is where you and we are reconstructing ourselves up with the Quran. We're teaching ourselves, or we're being taught by Allah. We're being taught by Allah, and Allah is recreating us as human beings to be able to be productive in the world. That's the purpose. So we don't spend we could come here and spend a lot of time in class, but the purpose is for us to get the Quran, and the little that you get is powerful enough. It's powerful enough for you to take whatever you've gotten so far and make and be productive with it. Okay, so we may not get all the class time we want. I know we want to come here 2 or 3 times a week to learn Arabic. That'd be fantastic. We can get through it sooner, but we cannot. But what you can take is the root of one word and work through that and start to implement that in your life. One of the companions reported that they would remember 10 verses and they wouldn't remember another 10 until they had understood those 10 verses and they implemented it in their lives. So you have enough Arabic now to do that. You have enough Arabic to do that. And that will strengthen your understanding of Arabic as well. And the Prophet ﷺ said there will come a time when the people will be reciting the Quran and it won't go past their throats. So we can learn all this Arabic and we still wouldn't be understanding the Quran. Okay? So as you're learning, start implementing. It will make you stronger. It will make you stronger in it. Allah will bless you, inshallah. Okay, so last thing we need to cover before we move on to the new lesson is prohibition. So we have, when it comes to the verbs, we have P, P, C, P. PPCP. Past tense, present tense, command, and prohibition. Okay? That was just done off the fly. PPCP. All right. Prohibition. How do I command you? I say iqra. What does that mean? Read. If I say ihdi. Ihdi. Hada. What does hada mean? To guide. It becomes yahdi. Then I'll drop off the yah. Drop off the N. I say ihdi. Guide us. I'm commanding you or demanding you to guide me. Ihdi. Okay? So if I say, how do I say don't read? Okay. Okay, so I'll say taqra'u. What does this mean? Read. You are reading. Okay. You are reading. Taqra'u. You are reading.
that
Now.
feminine or that second person? It doesn't matter.
Nah.
We're gonna say second person. If I say la taqra'u, what does this mean?
Not
Don't
reading.
you
Not
read?
not
You
reading.
are not reading.
Not
Or do
reading.
not.
You're not reading.
What is it? What does it mean?
Not reading.
Does it mean you are not reading, or does it mean don't read? Okay.
As
What is the difference between these two statements? No.
Okay. One
one
is
is
in
Who was my food, so it means don't read. No, you don't read. Oh, that's awesome.
Okay. No, this one is marfu,
yeah.
and this one is what? Majzoom. Dhamma and sukoon.
So the second one is a command of don't
Yes.
you read.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Got it. That's it. That's the key.
That's it.
So,
So-
don't you read, or is it
No,
which one is
just don't read.
So this one is taqra'u. This la here is negating the present tense verb. So taqra'u without the la means you are reading. La taqra'u means you are not reading.
Is it it's not
Yes.
would it be present tense? I mean,
Yeah,
not
this is
reading
present
right now.
tense.
I don't know why it's not what is it, lamb? What is that part? Where lamb is the negator of what?
Yeah. So lam taqra.
That's bad.
No, I know. I'm
Yeah. So lam is a particle that makes it. It's going to make it majzoom too.
Okay. I can't remember what goes, because I thought one goes for the present tense or one goes for the past tense. It was something, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So then we have
I
ma.
was getting ready to say it's math.
Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ma. And ma can be used. Ma is mostly used with the past tense.
Okay.
So I would say ma qara'a. He did not read. But ma can be used with the present tense as well. So we say ma taqra'u.
Okay.
So the difference between these two is that this one contains the meaning of you are not reading now,
Right.
and you don't read on a consistent basis. This is not a norm for you.
Right.
La taqra'u, it means you don't read. I'm speaking of the African American public,
They don't. They say if you want to hide something, put it in the book.
right? La yaqra'una, right? They are not reading. This is something they consistently don't do. Okay? If I say ma taqra'u, this contains only one of those meanings. This one contains the meaning that you are not doing it now. Okay? This is how I'm saying. Ma taqra'u, if I want to be specific about it, I'm saying you're not reading now, right now. Okay? Well, this one, la taqra', this right here, don't read. This is a command. Okay? So our command form looks similar to this. We don't chop off the present tense though with this one. Okay? Right?
Right.
It will be iqra'. We chopped off the present tense, but when we say don't read, we're gonna say la taqra', don't read. Okay? Now this takes us right into our lesson. Okay? So I'll go through real quickly. We'll go through the second person real quickly. I'll say la. So we'll know the difference between what is being said, if it's saying don't read or what, by the ending. Because it can be la taqra'u, that means you are not reading or you don't read. But la taqra', if it's majzoom, that means that this is a command. And this lamb is called the lamb of prohibition. That's why we have prohibition here. PPCP, past tense, present tense, command, and prohibition. This is what you have to know about the verb and how it changes. Okay? La and nahiya. Yep. I'm not going to focus on the Arabic right now, but that's good though. If you want to remember it, that's good. So we have la taqra'. La taqra' ani. To make this majzoom, I chop off the noon, right? Now, if two hamzas come together, if a hamza and a sukoon come together, we're going to give the madda. La taqra'. La taqra'. Okay. Yep. La taqra'. All right. Then this one is la taqra'. La taqra'u. It would be la taqra'una, but I dropped the noon. Okay. This one is la taqra'ina. It's just E. We're gonna drop off the noon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the feminine.
It makes it.
Yep. And this is the same. Okay. And then this one is la taqra.
Usually has sukoon on it already.
Which one?
That's the third person?
This one right here?
Yeah.
Yeah. It already has a sukoon. And the noon on this one is mebni. So we can't chop it off.
Right.
So la taqra'na. Okay. La taqra'na. So this one could be confused because it looks exactly the same as it would normally look. But through context is how you would determine.
Right.
You discern the difference. Okay. Okay, so the law of prohibition is what we learned today. So, and I'm not going to go to the text, but I'm just going to, I'll recite the verse. In the Quran, in Surah Yusuf, his brothers are basically, they came together to see what they're going to do to Yusuf. And one says, let's kill him. Right? And the other one says, La taqtulu Yusuf. Do not kill Yusuf. Okay? So I've already shown you that reference on the board. I just wanted to mention, just to bring your mind back to the difference. So check Surah Yusuf. It is around verse 12. Verse 10. Just read and you'll see when his brothers first get together to discuss what they're going to do to him. You'll see them. You see one of the brothers say, don't kill him. And he talks to the plural group and use the lamb prohibition, the lab prohibition. 10, okay. 12, 10. 12, 10.
The oldest brother, he was the one who was in charge.
I mean, it may, I don't know. I'm not sure.
It could be either way. It could be one of the younger brothers because he has a different sensitivity. Even closer. So,
Yeah. So, it could have been.
Probably been like, listen,
We're going to get rid of him. But yeah, it's different ways to think about it. There's definitely different ways to think about it. Okay, so first thing was the la and nahiya of today. This is the rule, and we're gonna start in lesson 15. One, three. Yeah, lesson 15. I was asking. I hadn't turned to the page yet. Oh yeah, it's 103. 103. الدرس الخامس عشر. Oh yeah, in the back is 48.
yeah, that's
Yeah, we did. All right, let's go. So, in this lesson, we're going to have these things. We have the lamb of prohibition, the law of prohibition. We're going to have this verb called kada. Kada. It means almost. This is in the Quran. And it's basically treated like we treat kana. Kada. One of the first occurrences of this word, I believe, is sort of Baqarah. Early. We'll get to it. The 3 is the the math of negation, which we already just covered. This is how math negates the present tense. Number 4 is we're going to learn some new vocabulary. We're going to see the meaning of the hamzas. It's real simple. These it may seem like a lot. It's real simple, little small things. The biggest thing is the lav prohibition. And then number 5 is the verb of wonder. These are all things that are in the Quran. One thing that I really like about the book is that we can get little nuances in, because some of the books, they cover grammar, concepts of grammar, and they'll put the nuances at the back of the book. You never get to them, but this allows us to be able to really read the Quran, pick up the Quran and read and comprehend in Arabic. So we have more time, we'll be able to do it quicker. But like I said, inshallah we'll be able to stay in, be diligent and consistent. Okay, the lav prohibition. We've covered that. Kada is what I want to cover real quickly. So kada, this is past tense like kana. And kana is a verb that's called naqis. So you don't have fi'l, fa'il, and maf'ulun bihi. You have ism and khabar. Okay? So, kana Allahu ghafuran. Okay? I'm gonna leave the second khabar off, just for example. So, kana, remember we have inna, you have ismu inna, khabar inna, and then the verbs, like inna, they have ismu kana and khabar kana. Okay? So kana will be the fi'l.
Ismu is masum.
Yes, and then the verb is opposite. So the ismu kana is marfu' always. Okay, and it's opposite. And if the khabar is singular, then the khabar kana is mansub. So it's the opposite from inna. Khabar kana. So the way we translate it, we say Allah is or was. But when kana is used with Allah, it means that he was in the past tense, he is now, and he will be in the future. Okay? When kana is used, it means always. For us, we say kana Muhammad fil masjid. Muhammad was in the masjid. Okay? Or is. It means to be. But if it's past tense, it means was. If it's present tense, it means now it is. Okay? It is existing this way now. So kana Allahu ghafuran. Allah is ghafur. So Allah is, and what is he? What's the khabar of Allah? What is he saying of Allah? That he is forgiving. Okay? Ghafur. Ghafuran. So kada is the same. It has ismu kada, khabar kada. But kada means almost. It didn't happen though. It almost happened. Something was about to happen, but it didn't happen.
It has the same properties as kana.
But it has the same grammatical properties as kana. Huh? Okay, sorry about that. I'll put it back up there. But kana means almost. Okay? So kada, kada Muhammadun. Kada Muhammadun yakhruju. Yes, so the ismu kana is marfu', and the khabar kada.
It's mansub. And the reason why it's mansub is a verb, right?
So it would normally, if it's one word, would be mansub. But it's a khabar, and we have 5 types of khabar. So the khabar could be any one of those types. So it's the jumlatun fi'liyatun in this case. So normally you always have the ismu kada will be a noun, and the khabar kada will be a sentence. It will be jumlatun fi'liyatun.
So is that Muhammad is almost leaving? Because it's
so it would normally be, we would understand it as Muhammad almost left. Okay. Because this is past tense.
I got it. Okay.
So like the present tense is showing movement, as in like he was doing it. Like but he didn't. He stopped. Okay. So in order to always, like, if I want to say my father used to say, like he would always say all the time. So that's what the present tense is saying. Remember that it could be it's happening now, or it happens consistently. It always happens. So if I want to say my father used to say, I would say kana abi yaqul. My father was saying, right? So I would use the past tense, but then I would use the present tense to say that it was an act that was continuous. Okay. So here, this was saying that this was something that he was doing, but he stopped. He almost did it. Okay. Almost. Kada Muhammadun yakhruju. So we're gonna see examples pretty soon here. Okay. All right. So also this can be present tense as well. So the present tense of this is yakadu Muhammadun yakhruju. So now, when it's used in this manner, everybody have the book? I have an extra. Okay. When it's used in this manner,
I see it in the dialogue.
Yeah, you'll see it in the dialogue. Oh, so when it's the present tense, it's saying he is about to. He hasn't done it yet, but he's about to. So kada, when it's using the past tense, it's saying almost. He almost did it, but he didn't do it. Yakadu is saying that he's about to do it, but he hasn't did it yet. So yakadu Muhammadun yakhruju. Muhammad is about to leave. He's leaving, but he hasn't left yet. Okay? So this is about to. I'll give a Quranic reference for this one as well, so we can see how its usage. We already did the mat of negation. The meaning of the hamzas, basically, it's a really something that you always see, but you may not be conscious of. And we've already talked about some of it. So you have hamza with the vowel and hamza with the sukoon. Yep. We have the madda. And then you have hamza here with the dhamma plus a hamza with the sukoon. We get the but this becomes ooh. This one right here becomes wow. Ooh.
Okay.
And then we have hamza with the kasra. Yeah, these are little things you always see in the Quran.
Is it with so it's with whatever's the first hamza?
Yes, it depends on the first hamza. So this one is E. Okay. Iyaka. That E, that ya there is really just hamza with a sukoon. But it becomes, you use the ya. Okay. All right, so that's the meaning of the hamzas. Real simple.
Okay, with the one with the fat, that's a method which is an extra elongation, extra elongation.
Mm-hmm.
But on the other two, there's no, is that just regular elongation?
Okay, so in medda, you have a shorter medda and you have a longer medda. This is the shorter medda. You know what I mean by the shorter and the longer?
I mean, it counts.
Yeah, it counts. So you have one that's 2 to 4 and you have 4 to 6.
How do you determine when you use the wrong?
There's gonna be like really long. One will be longer than the other.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so many little subtleties. You have to learn. Yeah, you have to learn like the dog. That's like the long medda. Okay. So it's all these little subtleties you have to learn.
All meddas is long.
There's 2 different meddas, maybe even more. I mean, I'm not sure about it. But there's one that's shorter count and there's a longer count. Okay. All right. Now the verb of wonder. The verb of wonder is used in Surah Yusuf, I believe, when the wife of Aziz brings Yusuf in. The women of the town, they heard that the wife tried to go after Yusuf, and they're like, "What is wrong with this? You know, what? How could she do that? She went after her servant." So she brings all the women in. She gives them knives. You all know the story. And when they come in, they say that this is not it's like a wonder. They're like, whoa, this is not a man. This is an angel. You know. So this verb of wonder is used. I believe so. I have to recheck. But that's the intent of it. It's going to be a verb. And it's just going to express wonder. Okay. All right. So basically, it's written like this. Okay, so if I have the word jamala, to be beautiful. Okay, jamala. I'm going to take it and put a fatha over. I'm going to put a hamza in the front, a sukoon on the first radical. And it's going to look like this. Ajmala. Okay, ajmala. So if I want to say something is beautiful, I would say ma ajmala. Okay, ma ajmala هذه السيارة.
Sierra is car.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it.
That's 12:31.
Okay, thank you. 12:31. ما أجمل هذه السيارة. How beautiful this car is. This is just saying, wow, this car is beautiful. It's using the verb jamala, which means to be beautiful. Put ma in front of it. Ma ajmala. How beautiful هذه السيارة. This car is. Okay? Or I can say ma ajmala ha. Ma ajmala ha. So ma, I don't have to mention the car. I can just say ma ajmala ha. Ma ajmala ha. Ajmala ha. So it's an exclamation mark will be used after this. It's a verb of wonder. It's called ta'ajjub. Okay. ما أجمل هذه السيارة. Okay. ما أجملها. Okay. How beautiful this is. Okay. You're like in wonder. We're gonna see examples of it pretty soon. I just wanted to give the explanation of it. All right, let's go. So now, from now on, in every class, we are going to read the conversation and we're going to read the exercises. Okay. So we have 30 minutes. Let's not start with the dialogue. A lot of times we'll start with the exercises. Okay, so we'll start on 104. And if you don't see the vowel markings, please write them so that you can read them later. You can read the exercises later. Y'all ready? Okay. So it says Iqra ma yali. Iqra means what? Read. Ma is what? And yali means follows, to follow. Iqra ma yali. Number two. Not number one. We're gonna start number two. Number one is just correct what follows. It's correcting the sentences, but we have to correct it after we read. So Iqra ma yali. We have to correct it after we read the dialogue. So the way the structure of the book is, you read the dialogue, and then they may ask you some questions about the dialogue. Then they give you exercises. But a lot of times we'll do the exercises, and then we'll go back to the dialogue. Okay, and then so it depends on how, like, what we're doing, what we cover. That'll determine what the order that we go in. So it says Iqra ma yali. So we say tadhabu. Tadhabu means what? Okay, to go. Dhahaba means to go. So if I say tadhabu, what does that mean? You are going. Okay, you are going. Then I say la tadhab with sukoon. Don't go. Y'all got it?
No.
You see it?
I'm trying to find exactly
All right, bold number two.
Okay.
So we have tadhabu. You see it, Iman?
Yeah, I got it.
Then we have la tadhab. Don't go.
Okay.
Taktubu, what does it mean? All right, don't write. That's writing. You are writing. Taktubu. Kataba means he wrote. Taktubu means you are writing. I say la taktub, don't write. Got it? Yes, across. Tashrabu, drink. Shariba means to drink. If I say tashrabu, you are drinking. La tashrab, don't drink. Okay? All right. Then number one, it says, Ya Musa, anta maridun.
Yeah, almost. Are you sick?
Okay.
Anti.
Where is Musa? Musa, where is Anta is where?
Anta means anta, anti, antuma, antum, antunna. Pronoun. Anta, speaking of you. Singular. Ya Musa. I call out to Musa, right? We have ya here. It's called harfun nida'i. It's the particle of calling. Musa, right? Oh, Moses. Anta maridun. Now, are you sick? You are sick. Good. Anta is mubtada. Maridun is the khabar. Okay. You are sick. Fa, so. La takhruj.
Don't.
Yeah, don't enter.
Dakhala is, we have dakhala and kharaja.
Don't leave.
Don't leave.
Yeah.
Min al bayti.
The house.
The house.
Don't leave from the house, right? We don't say from in English,
Yeah.
right? So don't leave the house. That's how we would translate it, right? La takhruj, fala takhruj min al bayti. So don't leave the house. Wala tadhhab ila al madrasati.
And don't go to the school.
And don't go to school. ولا تلعب في الشارع. So what's لعب? لعب. To play. لعب. So I say لا تلعب.
Don't play.
Don't play.
In شارع.
في الشارع.
شارع.
Don't play in the what? What would we not tell the kids to play in?
Playground. Outside.
Outside. All right. Sharia. What's a sharia? Sharia is what? Law. It's a way, right? So shari'un is a street. Okay. See how Arabic carries concepts? It's the pathway, right? All right. So sharia, we have the sharia, we have the law, and then we have the minhaj. Okay. So there's a law and there's an interpretation of the law. Okay. So the Quran is the sharia, there's the law, and then there's interpretation of it. Okay. All right. Everybody cool. Everybody good? Okay, not going too fast?
No.
All right, so then لا تجلس في الطريق.
Don't sit
In the way. الطريق is a way.
like this, the sword.
Yeah. Number 3. افتح. افتح. What does that mean? It's a command.
Don't open.
Don't open. But not quite. افتح. We don't have a la there, so it's just open. Okay. افتح النافذة. النافذة means window. افتح النافذة. Open the window. ولا تفتح الباب. And don't open the door. All right, let's break this sentence down real quick. So, if I say, تفتح الباب. What's the translation of this sentence?
Open the door.
You are opening the door. This is present tense, right?
Right.
You, present tense. تفتح الباب. فعل is تفتح. The fa'il is hidden. And al-baba is maf'ulun bihi. All right. Now if I say, افتح الباب. What's the translation?
Open.
Open the door. It's a command. افتح. This is the fi'l. The fa'il is hidden. It's anta. It's you. Al-baba maf'ulun bihi.
So we should know that that's going to be khasra because of the factor.
Yes, because it's fatah. Okay. So in the Quran, it's not written a lot of times. I'm gonna erase it. That. You don't need that, brother. Okay.
Not there yet.
You there? You'll be there. All right. لا تفتح الباب. What's the translation? Do not open the door. So this is a lot of prohibition. This is the fi'l and the fa'il is hidden. And al-baba is maf'ulun bihi. So now you see we go from present tense to command to prohibition with the same structure of fi'l, fa'il, and maf'ulun bihi. Okay? So now as your mind is able to process this, you'll be able to move through surahs and read Arabic without needing to translate, because you can go from present tense to past tense to command to prohibition. You'll be able to do all this inside of your mind. So right now you're making baby steps, but eventually you just see it automatically. Okay? All right. So number 4. Insha'Allah. لا تضحك في الفصل. ضحك means to laugh. ضحك. ضحك. Do not laugh in the classroom. Do not laugh in the classroom. These are all words used in the Quran. لا تأكل في الشارع. أكل means what? Akala means to eat.
On the street.
Don't eat in the street.
That's why I was wrong. That's the only thing. I was trying to use the context.
I understand. لا تكذب. لا تكذب. كذب means what?
Lie.
It's a lie. لا تكذب. Don't lie. لا تحلق لحيتك. لحية is a beard. This means don't cut your beard.
I was thinking katala, so.
So حلق, حلق, the same word that حلق comes from.
Really?
Yeah, same word. Okay. Number 8. لا تسألني هذا السؤال. لا تسألني هذا السؤال. سأل means what? Sa'ala means to question, to ask. Yes, do not question. هذا السؤال. هذا is this. Okay, let's go back up here real quick. If I say تفتح هذا الباب. Don't open this door. Where's maf'ulun bihi? I mean, you are opening this door. You are opening this door. Where's the maf'ulun bihi?
This door.
Okay. All right. If I drop this off, where's the maf'ulun bihi? You are opening this.
Right here.
You're opening this. I'm like pointing at something. Maf'ulun bihi. Now remember the demonstrative pronoun. When a noun that is definite comes after it, the noun is called the badal.
Substitute.
Substitute.
Yeah, I was gonna say both of them, right?
So yeah, I mean, like technically, yeah, this is going to describe further what hada is. So taftahu hada al-baba, you are opening this door. Okay? Hada is maf'ulun bihi. This is badal. It's taking the same place. Technically, we would just say this maf'ulun bihi, but I just wanted to bring your attention to this, the badal again. Okay? Because we see it right here. It says, La tas'alni. Don't ask me. Hada su'ala. Hada here is maf'ulun bihi. As-su'ala is a question. Don't ask me this question. We wouldn't say that in Arabic, like, don't ask that question. Okay. Number 9. La tadrib zamilaka. Daraba means what? To hit, to strike. Okay. La tadrib, don't strike, don't hit. Zamil is a colleague. Zamilun is a colleague. So la tadrib zamilaka. Don't hit your classmate. So la tadrib. Tadrib is the fi'l. The fa'il is hidden. Zamila is maf'ulun bihi and it's mudaf. And the ka pronoun is mudaf ilayhi. All right. Number 10. Qala Ibrahimu alayhi salam li abihi. Qala is fi'l. Ibrahimu is the fa'il. Alayhi salam li abihi. So Ibrahim said, may peace be upon him, to his father. Ya abati, oh my father. La ta'bud ash-shaytana. Don't worship shaitan. La ta'bud is the fi'l. The fa'il is mustatir. It's anta. And ash-shaytana is what? Maf'ulun bihi. Got it? This is from the Quran. Fi surati Maryam. Okay. Number 3. أدخل لا الناهية على الأفعال الآتية واضبط أواخرها. This means we're going to place la and nahiya in front of the following verbs. And you're going to put the proper vowel marking on them. So this is homework number 1. Number 3. This is homework. I'm gonna speed through it real quick. Okay? So we have tadkhul, it means you are entering. I say la tadkhul. Don't enter. So I'm gonna put sukoon on it. Tasma'u, you are listening. Or you are hearing. I say la tasma'. I want to put sukoon on the end. Tanzilu, you are coming down. La tanzil, don't come down. Taqtulu, you are killing. La taqtul, don't kill. Ta'khudhu, you are taking. La ta'khudh, don't take. Taqta'u, you are cutting. La taqta', don't cut. Tarkabu, you are riding. La tarkab, don't ride. Tarfa'u, you are raising. La tarfa', don't raise. All right. Just enough time so you can't have time to write it down. Number 4. Yeah. All right, number 4. Ta'ammal ma yali. Ponder on what follows. Ya Ahmed. Oh Ahmed, la tadhhab. Don't go. Oh Ahmed, don't go. Ya akhawanu. Ya ikhwanu. La tadhhabu. We already done this. This is the plural now, right? We chopped off the noon, right? Oh brothers, don't go. Ya Maryamu, la tadhhabi. Oh Miriam, don't go. Ya akhawatu, la tadhhabna. Oh sisters, don't go. Yes, review. All right, number 5. أكمل الجمل الآتية بوضع فعل مضارع مناسب مسبوق بلا الناهية في الأماكن الخالية. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to complete the following sentences by entering by putting the proper verb behind la and nahiya. So we have ya Zainabu, la, and we have the we're gonna do this. This is homework as well. I'm gonna put the proper verb here. So in English it says, oh Zainab, don't do something to a window. Right? Number 2. Ya ayyuhan nas, la, something to shaitan. Oh people, don't do something to shaitan. Okay, so you have to use abida, abada, right? It becomes ta'buduna because you're talking to multiple people. So here you're going to have to look at number 4 to see how the masculine singular is and the masculine plural is used, the feminine singular and the feminine plural. You see? And so down here you have to put the proper verb. Number 3. Ya ikhwati, oh my brothers. La blank gharfati بالنسة القديمة. It's the same consonants, Mustafa. Ghusl is wash. Gharfa is room.
Oh, yeah.
So don't come into my room. Don't enter into my room. Okay? With that old broom. All right. Ya waladu, la blank fil fasli. Don't do something in the classroom. Ya binti, oh my daughter, la blank ma'an baridan. Don't do something to cold water. Ma'an baridan. Okay? Ya abna'i, oh my sons, la blank min al fasli fi athna' dars. Okay, don't leave the classroom at the second half or the later part of the lesson. Number 7, la blank min al hafila fi hadhihi. Okay, so this one is don't ride. So just find the word ride. That's all you really have to focus on here. Ya binti la. All right, this one don't eat. So just put the proper word for masculine and feminine. Okay, don't eat the meat. Bihad this sikin, from this knife.
Okay. Give it a try.
I think it may be cut, like
Is it don't cut meat with this knife?
Oh yes, I'm saying I seen lah. I said eat, but it means cut. Don't cut the meat with this knife. That makes more sense. Sorry, I'm trying to fly through. I just seen lahm. I didn't read the last, and I'm like, oh, hold on. Okay, yes, knife. It says don't cut. The verb cut. Ya ikhwanu. All my brothers. La blank ila al-mat'am qabla as-sa'atu al-wahida. Don't go to the restaurant before 1 o'clock. Number 10. La blank ala saburati. Ya Aba Bakr. Don't write on the board. As-sabura is a board. So if you need to write these English words, write them down. As-sabura. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and finish out the exercises. Okay, so here it's showing the difference between la and nafiyatu and la and nahiya. La and nafiyatu is the negative la, just negates the statement. La and nahiya is the one that prohibits. So you say lima la ta'kul ya akhi. Why didn't you eat, my brother? Why are you not eating? Why are you not eating? Sorry. Lima is on the front. Lima is why. For what reason? Lima, why are you not eating right now? Right? And then to the left, you say la ta'kul hada ya akhi. Don't eat this, my brother. Oh, my brother. So the difference is marfu' and majzoom. Down below, ala tadhhabu ila al-mal'ab. Didn't you go to the playground? La tadhhab ila al-mal'abi. Don't go to the playground. Okay. All right. Number 7. This ta'ammal ma yali. Ponder on what follows. Huwa yaktubu. He is writing. Anta taktubu. You are writing. Ana aktubu. I am writing. See it? Huwa yakulu. He is eating. Anta ta'kulu. You are eating. Ana akulu will become akulu because the two hamzas come together. Got it? So any word that has a first radical has a hamza on the front, when you put it into the first person, it'll have the medda. So it's akulu. You see it?
No.
Okay, good. Huwa ya'khudhu. Akala means to eat. I didn't say that. I didn't say eating. Okay. Ta'am is food. Huwa ya'khudhu is he is taking. Anta ta'khudhu is you are taking. Ana akhudh will become akhudhu. Ana akhudhu. I am taking. Okay. All right. Ta'ammal jumu al-atiyati. Ponder upon the following sentences. Fataha Zakariya. Y'all with me? Okay. Fataha Zakariya al-baba wa kada yakhruju. Zakariya. Yep. Zakariya opened the door and wa kada yakhruju. And he almost left. Kada yakhruju. It will always have jumlatun fi'liyatun as the khabar. Okay? And he almost left. Number 2. Qala Uthmanu lil-mudiri. Uthman said to the headmaster or the principal. Rafa'a Yusufu yadahu wa kada yadribuni. Yes. So Yusuf raised his hand. Wakada yadribuni. And he almost yadribu. Daraba means what? Hit. Yadribu ni. Me. Yes, and he almost hit me. Yusuf raised his hand and he almost hit me. In qalabat sayyaratu hamidan. Wakada yamutu. Inqalabat means to turn over, to flip over. So, inqalabat is the fi'l, sayyaratu is the fa'il, and hamid, and sayyaratu is mudaf, and hamidin is mudaf ilayhi, wa kada yamutu. So, Hamid's car flipped over. Wow. And kada yamutu. Mata means to die. Yamutu is a present tense, and he almost died. Yeah, he almost died. Darabat al-mudiratu su'ada fakadat tabaki. Wow. The principal hit Su'ad. And she almost cried. Baka means to cry. Tabaki. All right. Daraba, tifli.
Baby.
Nadarati. Bil'asa. Wakada yaksiruha. Okay, this may look like a lot going on. But daraba is the fi'l. Tifl, a tiflun is a baby. Tiflun. If I say tifli, we have tiflu is the mudaf and the ya mutakallim is mudaf ilayhi. So my child hit. Nadarati. Nadara is nadaratun is the glasses. Okay? These glasses. Nadaratu. So my baby hit my glasses. Bil asa. What is asa? It's a stick. Okay, a stick. So what Moses has, this is the word asa that's used. Stick. Wakada yaksiruha. And she almost broke them. Okay. All right. Almost done. We got like 1 more minute. We'll just finish out the exercises, and we come back. We'll start off with the conversation. Okay. All right. Letter Bass. L number 107. الساعة الآن الواحدة يكاد المدير يخرج. It is 1 o'clock now. The hour now, الآن now, الواحدة is 1. So it's 1 o'clock. The teacher or the principal is about to leave. يكاد المدير يخرج. So يكاد is the fi'l, المدير is the ismu kada, and يخرج is the khabar kada. You see it? Mm-hmm. So in the past tense, it was he almost. In the present tense, is he is about to. Got it? All right. يكاد الإمام يركع. The imam is about to prostrate. It means he's in qiyam and he's about to make ruku'. Number 3, yakadul jarsu yarinnu. Al jarsu is a bell. Yarinnu is to ring. So the bell is about to ring. Number 4, lima darabta hadha al walada ya Ali. Huwa yakadu yabki. Lima darabta. Why did you hit hadha al walada? Hadha al walada. Why did you hit this boy? Ya Ali, oh Ali. Huwa yakadu yabki. He is about to cry. It's important that you know the vowels here, even though they're not there. If you need to write them down. Write the parts you don't know. All right, ta'ammal ma yali. Ponder upon what follows. Ana la ashrabu al-qahwa. I didn't drink coffee. Ana ma ashrabu, or I don't drink coffee. I don't drink coffee. Okay. I don't drink coffee. Ana ma ashrabu al-qahwata al-an. I'm not drinking coffee right now. Okay, so we'll go ahead and close out right now. Let's close out with the dua. We'll finish the rest of it when we come back. So right now, you just have that one section for homework and just reread what we did. And the other 2 conjugation charts you have, just bring those back, conjugate the past tense and the present tense verb. So just pick any verb and conjugate past tense and present tense. Okay? Okay, so let's close out the dua. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم ربنا واجعلنا مسلمين لك ومن ذريتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم آمين. السلام عليكم.